Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So today we're going to talk about home heating. And, I saw some articles this week talking about Germany. Their search results for firewood have gone through the roof. And it made me think that maybe firewood will become a black market item in the very near future, possibly. Now, there's a couple things that make me think this. Years ago, I was watching a Homestead channel here on YouTube, a very popular one, and they were describing some of the hoops they have to jump through and some of the rules and regulations they have to deal with when it comes to cutting firewood, even on their own land. And they lived out in the west left coast, out in the Pacific Northwest, home of the fruits and the nuts. And they were talking about all of the regulations. And it just made me think like, oh my goodness, why? What's the point? But they wanted to have this cheaper, source of home heating. And so that's what they did. That's what they had to go through. Very regulated. And I've been in Germany. I lived in Germany. And when I was in the military, I know that it's very populated over there. And they have even way more rules over there when it comes to trees than we have here. I mean, they're regulated to the hilt. I'm like, do they even allow firewood? Is firewood even possible to own there? I mean, do you have to get like a permit to just possess it? Do people even have stoves? Now, and then it made me think, as I traveled around Europe and stayed in numerous places, there's lots of buildings there that, are 100 years old easy or even older, sometimes several hundred years old. And all these things are built with stoves and fireplaces. And it made me think, okay, well, if they're having such a hard time right now with oil and natural gas and getting these energy supplies because of the war in Ukraine, maybe these people are like, you know what, I got this old fireplace here. I could just put wood in it and start a fire and can stay warm that way. I don't have to pay these crazy costs. But can they get wood? I don't think so. And then it makes me think about here, is this possible? Are we going to be in a black market for firewood here? Not where I live, but in places where some of you guys live out in these, more urban areas, more urban places, these cities and stuff where there are so many, the trees are regulated, the fireplaces are regulated, everything's so regulated. You might be you might be building fires at night when no one can see the smoke, but you can't have them during the day because people will see the smoke and they'll call the cops on you. Anyway, here's some articles. Starting off over at Citizen Free Press, California declares emergency alert on electric grid. Blackouts tonight. Says state officials anticipate needing 48,817 megawatts of electricity Monday, which would leave the state with a 2,000 to 4,000 megawatt deficit, according to the California Independent System Operator. It says highest likelihood of rotating outages. Is this staring at the possibility of Labor Day blackouts, managers of California's power grid issued an emergency alert but warned that voluntary conservation might not be enough to keep the lights on. The independent system operator, which runs the grid, also issued a Stage 1 energy emergency alert Monday morning, a signal that supplies will be very tight. The grid is forecasting an energy deficiency with all available resources in use or forecasted to be in use, the ISO said. A Stage 1 alert is a call to generators and transmitters to make as much power available as possible. Blackouts would be imposed if the grid reaches a Stage 3 emergency. Now, I don't know, if is a deficit of only 4,000 megawatts, how much more do they have to have before it's a Stage 3? I don't know. Maybe someone can leave a comment below. But lots of people talking about this right now, and California is really all those electric vehicles, guys. You kind of brought it on yourselves. I kind of feel sorry for you, but I don't. Governor Hairdo does not have a clue how to run his state. As always, the comments of these articles are even better than the article itself. It's comforting to know that Gavin will be eating raw crickets, snails, slugs, worms, ants, and beetles instead of using electricity and fossil fuels today. This is about absolute control. The easiest way to do that is not with guns or laws that can be disobeyed. Electrical power is the easiest, cheapest way to do it. Another positive for the totalitarians is that the woman who believes the nonsense about climate change, or whatever they are calling it this week, are very dedicated to this religion. They are healing the planet, they say. Yes, we heal the planet by going back to the Stone Ages. Anyway, next article. Over in Germany, the EU energy crisis worsens as Germany's Google searches for firewood explodes. Everyone's looking for firewood. This is what I was talking about before. It seems that is a real cause for concern in Europe, as the embargo on Russian gas and oil is causing nasty surprises for the end consumers. Skyrocketing prices of natural gas and electricity has Europeans, they spelled that wrong, scrambling for alternative sources of energy. Meanwhile, in Germany, Google searches for Brennholz firewood have exploded in the past few months as electricity prices are climbing even higher. Haben Sie Feuer. Furthermore, Will Rind, founder and CEO of Granite Shares, joined Kitco News to discuss the energy crisis in Europe. Rind indicated that alternative sources of energy have not come online quick enough to offset the issues seen in the European energy market. So basically, people in Germany, it's going to be cold, and I lived in Germany. It's going to be cold. I saw it one time, I'm not kidding you. It snowed. We were in the mountains, and it snowed in July. So it gets cold in Germany. Absolutely. Let's see. Next article. This is Dothan, Alabama. Dothan power bill increase due solely to wholesale costs. Now, this was hilarious. Stay with me on this one. It says Dothan, Alabama. After sending an email to its customers indicating power bills will be going up, the city clarified Friday that the hike is a direct reflection of wholesale energy cost and not a rate increase. This is not a rate increase.
Do I look stupid to you?
Due to unprecedented increases in nationwide fuel prices, Dothan Utilities must initiate a power cost adjustment, or PCA, we got to make it sound official, to offset increases in wholesale power costs, the city said in an email to its customers on Friday morning. Yes. This is not a rate increase. No. This is a power cost adjustment. Completely different. This is a PCA, don't you know? I don't care what you call it. It's a rate increase. You're paying more for your energy. Your bill is going to increase. So call it a power cost adjustment. Call it whatever. Call it a unicorn in a tutu. Whatever. You're paying more for your energy cost. It's an increase. Dothan Utilities Manager Billy Mays said an average customer who uses 1,500 kilowatt hours would see a $31.50 increase based upon current energy costs. What happened was they announced the rate increase, and the torches and pitchforks started going up. And they were like, oh, no, we got to change this. We'll call it a power cost adjustment. This is not a rate increase, hoping that the torches and pitchforks would go magically away. So if you're living in Dothan, Alabama, your rates are going up. You're getting a rate increase. No, wait. You're getting a power cost adjustment. This is Rhode Island. Home heating costs will skyrocket in Rhode Island this winter. Here's how much your bill could go up. Now, if you have a typical gas bill, it's going to raise by 15%. If you have an electric bill, it's going to go up by around 50%. So if you're paying, there's no inflation here. Come on, inflation is only 9%. This is all part of your imagination. There is no inflation. Didn't Biden say that? There is no inflation. No inflation to see here.
But zero inflation last month.
The same market forces that are pushing up the prices of electricity and liquid fuels are now set to raise the cost of natural gas for home heating in Rhode Island. The state's sole gas supplier filed a request with utilities regulators late Thursday for a rate hike that would raise the annual bill for a typical residential customer. And then by blah, 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 and it shows you how much you're going to pay extra. It'll probably be more than that because they never tell the truth in the media anyway. So you're probably going to pay around 60%, and you're probably going to pay around 22%. So there you go. I've done videos before. What we do here, we have lots of sawmills in the area, and you can buy slab wood for around $25 per ton. We are still part of the people, the slim minority of people who heat our homes with wood that are actually cut down from trees. The mills around here produce a lot of slab wood. It's a waste product, and you can burn that in your stove. A lot of that wood that gets processed at these mills go to lots of different places, but like pallet mills or there's a couple cooperages in the area too. I think that they make barrels for like distillers and stuff like that and wine producers. The slab wood's like this. So this is the majority of what you're going to get in a 1-ton bundle for $25. So 1 ton of this stuff, and it's basically the guy at the sawmill puts this on the mill, and he runs it through and cuts that slab off. It's a piece they don't need, so they can start cutting boards off that, and that's typically what you get. And then you get bigger pieces and smaller pieces in your bundle. So sometimes it'll be a big piece like that you can get in the bundle. We cut these up. They come in real long pieces, and so we cut them up with the chainsaw once we get them. And so you can get a big piece like that. So maybe like 25% is like that size. 50% is mostly like medium stuff like this. And then about another 25% is stuff like that. Little stuff, lots of stuff like that. There's a lot of bark in it, and some people don't like it because it has a lot of bark to it. But that's not too much bark. I think that's great. Works great for us for $25 a ton, $25 a ton. But you do what you got to do to get by. I think it's insane the way we've gone these days with, demonizing energy the way we have, and we've lifted up on a pedestal all these energy technologies that really just don't cut the mustard. They don't work. Not on a commercial, size scale like they want it to. It just doesn't work. We have all these amazing free energy resources that are in abundance. Why don't we use them? Oh, we got to save the planet. Don't give me that crap. Al Gore's been saying the world is going to end for the last 20 years. If Al Gore we would have been dead by now if Al Gore was correct. They've been saying global warming or global cooling, we're all going to die since the 1970s. This is about control. It's always been about control. Control the people. Anyway. Hey, Zach, what's that there behind you? What do you got there? People say, why do you put guns on your channel? Because this is an American homestead. So, let me know what kind of gun that is. You tell me. I know what it is. But you have to tell me. Some of you enthusiasts out there, let me know what that is. Put a comment below. If you know what that is, let me know. It's a piece of history. If you put a comment below and you guess the correct answer, you're not getting diddly squat because I got no prizes to give anyone right now. And but I'll heart your comment and give you an attaboy. So there you go. All right, guys. Hey, check out our merchandise over at teespring.com. Your purchase of the Stupid Should Hurt shirt and so many other shirts, so many other great shirts that we have over there at the store. But this is definitely our best seller because it's true. If we had more hurt in this world, there'd be a lot less stupid. You can find them over at teespring.com. Link in the description below. The Stupid Should Hurt in the description below. Click the link. Head on over there. Pick up a shirt or two and help support the homestead. You are the financial engine to our homestead. I appreciate all of your sales and all of your support. All right. See you next time in the homestead. Bye. Hey, guys, we know that a lot of our audience are homeschoolers. Homeschooling here is very important to us. And if you're like us, maybe you've had a hard time training your youngsters to memorize their times tables. Well, I want to introduce you to a program today that I think will help with that. This is Times Tales. It's perfect for small children. At age 7, my youngest son has his multiplication tables memorized. All of them. Times Tales is a series of stories that your child learns in a video. The video presents a simple story that your child can easily recall from memory and assist them in easily remembering the multiplication facts. My late wife Jamie made a video talking about how our oldest child still was having problems with times table memorization. Until we tried Times Tales. After months of getting behind and stressful struggling, Times Tales was almost an overnight correction and allowed him to get back on track with his math courses. So I want you to give this a try. They have different packages available, and there's going to be a link in the description below. Every purchase you make from this program is going to help the homestead. Give it a try. It worked for us. I'm sure it can work for you and your child too.
I know my math facts.
Hey there, thanks for watching our channel. If you're looking for great off-grid homesteading videos, this is the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button and be sure to like the video you just watched. You can also feel free to send us your questions by going to anamericanhomestead.com on our contact page and send me your question. Your question might get made into a video. In the meantime, check out some of these other great videos. Oh wait, go ahead and click them. Go ahead.